Turning now to Argentina, where official results show opposition candidate Alberto Fernandez has won the presidential election, upsetting his biggest rival, the incumbent president Mauricio Macri. Let's get over to our correspondent Joel Richards, who's joining us now live from the Argentinian capital, Buenos Aires. So this is a pretty big upset, Joel. What more can you tell us?
Good evening. It's Sunday evening here, and the polls are closed a good few hours ago, and the results are out, Jonathan. As you mentioned there, Alberto Fernandez, the Peronist candidate, has taken 47% of the vote, which puts him past the 45 mark, which means that he wins outright in this first round of voting. There's no need for a second round in November. He's a good 7 points ahead of Mauricio Macri, so it's a much shorter distance than we saw in the primaries in August. But nonetheless, there's a real carnival atmosphere. We're a good few blocks away from Fernandez headquarters, but we've been here a couple of hours. We were live with the colleagues in Washington, and just for hours we've seen thousands of people wandering past us. Here, the chant we've heard the most is "Volvimos," which means we're back. This is the Peronist party. As I mentioned, Alberto Fernandez viewed as a centre-left candidate, but his vice president, crucially, is the former president Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner, who continues to pull in voters, to attract voters, and the feeling here is that there's going to be major change here in Argentina in the coming years. Of course, we're still a couple of months away from when Alberto Fernandez takes office. There's a transition all the way until December, but certainly the mood here is one of euphoria. People happy that after 4 years of the Mauricio Macri government, people here have said they wanted a change, and they voted in Alberto Fernandez as their president.
Yeah, and Joel, of course, all this comes as the country struggles with a major financial crisis. So how serious are the challenges ahead for the new president?
Well, to give you an idea of how serious the economic outlook is here, the central bank directors met this evening at 10 p.m. on a Sunday night to decide what they would do on the Monday morning. This is irrespective of the results. Of course, they now have those results. There was talk of a bank holiday just to try and fend off any problems, any movement in the markets, because obviously we're going from a Mauricio Macri presidency, pro-business, pro-market, to a Peronist candidate, a Peronist president, who probably has a very different outlook on the economy. So the challenges are urgent and immediate. Particularly falling reserves. We're expecting announcements tomorrow of more controls, more restrictions on what Argentines can do with their money because of this result. There's a debt crisis that needs urgent attention, but for the here and now, for people here who have voted for Alberto Fernandez, it's issues like inflation, it's issues like unemployment, and it's issues like rising poverty, which are the reason that they've made this decision and chosen to take the country in a new direction.